Here's something to contemplate about why 3D action isn't getting you what you want and why shifting your focus to the energetic game may be the solution. All right, look at my hand. Okay, my hand in three-dimensional space has a particular size. It has a particular amount of strength. It has a particular amount of ability to do things, right? My hand, while it has many three-dimensional uses, is limited. For example, I can't use my hand to power an electronic device because it just isn't able to pass that electronic current through it in the same way that, say, an electric cable might be able to. If I wanted to charge my phone in 3 dimensions, I would need to use an electric cable to charge my phone. However, that is not to say that my hand is not full of energy. As we know, everything is made of energy, and you don't actually need that much mass, right, to contain a huge amount of energy. They're able to make like crazy bombs and all sorts of technological power can be generated from a very small amount of matter when we access the energy inside of it. Now, when we are brought up as human beings in a three-dimensional reality and we're taught how to get what we want, how to create the life that we want, we're almost always taught how to do that from a three-dimensional perspective. If you want to move something across the room, you're taught to go and pick it up with your hands and move it across the room and put it down. But that's not the only way to move something across the room. For example, you could use the sound waves of your voice to ask somebody else, hey, can you please move that thing across the room? And you're using less of your physical energy. You're not using your physical body. You're using a different level of energy to move the same object across the room, right? You're still using the three-dimensional body in this case. You're still using like your voice box in order to create something, to make something happen in the three-dimensional realm. But as you move higher and higher, you're using less and less energy to achieve the same results. Okay, you don't need to physically use your hands to do something anymore. You can use other forms of energy. And as you realize that you are transcending the game of three-dimensional action, you're not just trying to do things with your physical hands anymore, you start to explore, how can I use my energy to get the same results?